This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Celebrating 50 years of hip-hop. For 5 decades, it has been a core part of art and music. From a rooftop of a New York City apartment to the Grammys, hip-hop music has become a significant part of mainstream culture. Good evening, thanks for joining us. I'm Mercedes McKay. The anniversary of hip-hop is being celebrated right here in the St. Louis area. And right now, hundreds of artists from around the world are in town for the Paint St. Louis Graffiti and Music Festival. It's the 26th year for this nationally renowned St. Louis tradition. Artists will be making their marks on the 3-mile-long flood wall along the river all weekend long. Now today, 5 on Your Side caught up with artists in action about what this special weekend means to them.
Everybody loves art. Art brings people together.
The sound of shaking paint cans and music filled the riverfront Saturday.
These are artists from all over the world that come to St. Louis every year to do this specifically.
A tradition that got its start from a tragedy nearly 30 years ago.
After the flood of '93, the Army Corps engineers built this wall to keep the city from flooding, and we decided to paint on it. 500
artists now cover the 3-mile-long flood wall with not only bright colors, but more importantly, with a message.
We have a big problem on our continent, which is the missing indigenous women, you know, all the kidnapping and killings. So we want to represent that, you know, to remind people and bring awareness.
The annual celebration of Paint Louis is all about self-expression through the 4 elements of hip-hop: DJing, MCing, breakdancing, and graffiti.
Hip-hop's very diverse and has a bunch of different people and a bunch of different styles, so you know, there's room for everybody.
Even more fitting, the hip-hop embracing event falling on the 50th anniversary of the music genre. Organizers believe after all these years, it's finally getting the recognition it deserves.
When we started this 26 years ago, nobody wanted it. Now it's cool. Now everybody wants to have it.
This year, people even have the chance to take home a part of St. Louis history, skate laborious, salvaging what's left of the church from June's fire.
It's actually bricks from the building that we collected, and so you can get a piece of skate laborious and do your own little stencil on it.
From vendors to music to, of course, art. The free event for all ages is a tradition that isn't going anywhere.
It's been going on for 26 years, and it sounds like now, with support of the city, it's going to be going on for another 26.
Such a cool event. You still have some time to catch the artists in action tonight for a few more hours. They will be back out tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. The finished product will be revealed on Labor Day. Hip-hop celebrations are happening across our area right now. St. Louis County Library is partnering with the St. Louis Art Museum for the 50th anniversary celebrations. Last night, the library hosted a hip-hop block party. The community-focused event was a success as people of all ages came out to Bangert Park in Florissant. There was food trucks and live music, but the main attraction was a banner that everyone was encouraged to paint on. We actually caught up with some of the kids who were painting at the event. Listen to what they said when we asked them what they liked about this event.
Probably all the music, food, and stuff to do.
Definitely not getting my mellows dirty, but like painting. It's fun because like
you get to do your own thing. You don't gotta worry how to do it.
Well, celebrating hip-hop and our area's impact on the popular art form, we're told thousands came out to last night's block party. And also, the St. Louis Art Museum has an interactive exhibit open celebrating the anniversary. The Culture is the museum's special ticketed exhibit for the next few months. It highlights the rich history of hip-hop culture for the last 5 decades. The museum is full of iconic paintings, fashion, footwear, and even exhibition from local artists. Plus, throughout its run, the museum will host Garage Labs, which will serve as community events with live performances from area artists. The next event is actually 1 week from today. It's a dance performance with 314 Movement Lab at 2 o'clock. The exhibit is $12 for adults and various prices for students and children. It runs until January 1st, 2024. Well, right now, police are looking into a shooting that left an 18-year-old man dead. Authorities identified the victim as Moselle Lenore. Police were called to Cote Brilliant Avenue just before 8 p.m. to find a man who was shot in the chest. Lenore died at the hospital. Now, police have not identified a suspect or a motive at this time. If you know anything, you're encouraged to call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. New today, SLU hospital nurses could soon strike. Yesterday, registered nurses at the SSM Health facility voted in favor of authorizing a strike if their contract negotiation demands are not met. Short staffing and high turnover are among the concerns they want addressed. They have been negotiating their contracts with the hospital since May and held an informational picket in July. If they decide to strike, they will give the hospital 10 days notice to allow for alternative planning for patients. Well, moving now to weather, what everyone cares about this weekend. It's obviously been a beautiful week. I know we've all enjoyed it of cooler temperatures, but Labor Day could maybe see some rain. Weather First meteorologist Gary Frank joins me now with a first look at the holiday weekend forecast. Gary, it's what everyone wants to know. Will they be able to grill out Monday without any rain in our area?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be more of the evening and that we'll see the possibility of an isolated shower. Otherwise, today it's less humid. We still are in that transitional period, but this was probably our pick of the day for the whole holiday weekend specifically, as there are a few clouds outside, but it's quiet here over the next few hours. Temperatures here holding steady right now. We're worked our way into the 90s. We're back there, 92 now for our high. South breeze at 10 miles an hour. Our dew point in the low 60s. It's come up a little bit, but it's not that sweltering humidity that we're so used to over the last couple of days. It's been really dry. Those numbers have been in the 50s. So it's starting to climb up right now. For the most part, it's quiet everywhere. There are a few clouds outside, but they're not really impacting us much. Our overnight lows are going to come up, as a result of some of that humidity as it continues to come in out of the south. And I think we'll be in the upper 60s, low to mid 70s in some cases. And that's going to be the big story for us. Right now, though, we'll talk about specifically Sunday, what it feels like. We're bringing the heat index back into play and what we can expect throughout the rest of the holiday and, of course, the month of September.
We'll see you soon. Well, new today, singer Jimmy Buffett has died. The popular performer passed peacefully in his sleep, according to a statement released by his team. No word on a cause of death yet. Buffett was not just a successful performer. The singer-songwriter of Margaritaville inspired resorts and restaurants across the country. He was 76 years old. 3 days after Category 3 Hurricane Idalia hit Florida, President Biden is surveying the damage with the First Lady. The visit comes as more than half the households started the day without power. He also won't be crossing paths with the state's governor on the trip. Tina Kim has the latest.
Labor Day weekend, and President Biden is doing an important part of his job, disaster recovery, which he says is needed now more than ever due to the climate crisis. He toured western Florida, seeing by air and on foot what Hurricane Idalia left behind. Idalia made landfall as a Category 3, the strongest hurricane to strike Florida's Big Bend region since 1896. Damage estimates have soared as high as $20 billion.
Now the storm has passed, and you're dealing with what's left in its wake. And we're not going anywhere, the federal government. We're here to help the state as long as it takes. FEMA and the Small Business Administration are here to help residents.
The president was expected to meet with storm survivors, federal workers, first responders, and tour the community of Live Oak. Biden, though, won't be meeting with Florida's governor, Ron DeSantis, after previously telling reporters he would see the governor. This is Biden's first disaster response visit to Florida since DeSantis declared his run for the presidency. A spokesman for DeSantis said, quote, in these rural communities and so soon after impact, the security preparations alone that would go into setting up such a meeting would shut down ongoing recovery efforts. The head of FEMA said state officials agreed to the president's visit to Live Oak, and there was no previous indication of disagreement with the governor's office. DeSantis did meet with Biden in 2021 when the Surfside condos collapsed, and last year in the aftermath of Hurricane Ian. I'm Tina Kim reporting.
As Biden visits Florida, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and a congressional delegation are set to visit Maui, weeks after a catastrophic wildfire killed 115 people. Now, if you want to see how you can help the victims of Hurricane Idalia, just text support to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you the info. Well, hard to believe it's almost time to get your fall vaccine. So we're answering your questions about what to expect. Brandon Lewis from our National Verified team looks into whether there's a new flu vaccine on the market today.
Verify here with your fast fact. Around 1 in 2 Americans are expected to get the flu vaccine this fall, and many people are searching on Google to ask if there's a new flu vaccine available now. So let's verify using these sources. All flu vaccines are quadrivalent, which means they protect against 4 strains of influenza. The CDC says 3 of the strains were used in past vaccines, and 1 is updated to try and match the type of flu that researchers expect to see this year. So, yes, there is a new vaccine currently available, but that doesn't mean you should get vaccinated today. The CDC recommends waiting until September or October, which is closer to the peak of flu season. With your Fast Fact, I'm Brandon Lewis.
North County is celebrating Native American culture this weekend. Ferguson spent the morning with a farmers market that doubled as a history lesson. The city's farmers market had a Native American celebration all morning. There was live music, traditional Native American food, and storytelling. Organizers say it's important to honor this culture, especially in the St. Louis area.
We realize and recognize that Native Americans are often misrepresented and also underrepresented, not only in America as a whole, but also in this area, which is particularly disappointing to many Native Americans in this area, as it's very rich with our history and our culture.
Today's market was in honor of the Cherokee Nation establishing their own constitution. On September 6, 1839, the Cherokee Nation created their own document modeled off the American Constitution. It was designed to signal that they were a sovereign tribe in a time when they faced a lot of prejudice as Native Americans. Well, lots of stuff happening this weekend. An art fair is actually wrapping up for the day in Queenie Park right now. Work from over 100 artists are on display inside the Greensfelder Recreation Complex. The event is one of the longest running art fairs in the bi-state, and it's a great way to support local artists. You have another chance to check out these unique works of art. It reopens tomorrow at 11 a.m. and runs until 4 p.m. Well, right now, the Missouri Botanical Garden is celebrating Japanese culture. The annual Japanese Festival is underway. It's a fitting spot for this event since Mobot is actually home to one of the largest Japanese gardens in the country. Several Japanese American organizations are on site. You can sample a variety of food, listen to music, and watch performances. It continues until 9 p.m. today and runs from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow. The festival is also open Monday from 9 to 5. So we have Japanese Festival, we have Paint Lewis, we have Queenie Park Art Fair. We got list is moving for Labor Day.
Yep.
So good weather.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And it's a little bit more warm than it's been the last couple of days. We've had some nice mornings where we've been able to open the windows. We're not going to be able to do that anymore. It's getting more humid.
I was getting used to that.
Yeah,
Can you change it?
Well, yeah. You just talk to me about a month.
Okay,
yeah,
thanks.
Thanks. We'll talk about that. We're losing about an hour of daylight per month. Right now it looks nice outside. A little warmer downtown though. It felt pretty nice the last couple of mornings here as we started off cooler. We're back into the 90s though. 92 in Creve Coeur, 88 Forest Park. Most of us in the upper 80s, low 90s from our daytime high in the low 90s. And over the next several hours, we'll continue to see that. Our humidity has crept up a little bit. Yesterday, these numbers in the 50s. They're back into the low to mid 60s. That mugginess is starting to creep back in. It's not as bad as it has been, but it will continue to be something that we look out for. I think our mosquito forecast is coming up with that low humidity over the last couple of days. It's picked back up, so keep that in mind. This evening, though, temps still holding steady. I don't think you need the jacket at this point. The last couple of days, we certainly have. That jacket has been needed for the tail end of the evening. I think it's going to be really nice. You don't have to worry about that at all. And as we head into the overnight hours, I think you're going to drop around mid to upper 60s out of town, low to mid 70s inside of town. It's going to be warmer and a little bit more muggy. We got that south breeze now with our sunset now at about 7:30. For tomorrow, we're back into the 90s. We're going to warm up a little bit more. Temps in the mid 90s here, 93 degrees. But the difference for us when we have that humidity, it's going to continue to surge out of the south. And that humidity continues to add to things over the next couple of days. It will probably feel like it's about 100 tomorrow. That's something we haven't talked about in a while. The heat advisories, excessive heat warnings, things of that nature, we haven't seen that. I expect that will continue to be free of advisories and things of that nature. Just know that if you're outside, you're going to deal with that. It will be dry on Sunday. There's more cloud cover. I think by Monday afternoon and evening, an isolated storm is possible. Not really concerned about it. I just want to mention it. I think Tuesday into Wednesday, probably a better opportunity. For the rest of the Labor Day weekend, though, and other than an evening shower or storm, I think we're pretty quiet on Monday overall. 93 degrees, turns humid, a few clouds with a few evening storms. Our weather first fact for September, we lose an hour and 11 minutes of daylight. We start off the month at our average of 86. We're pretty close to that now, and 66 overnight. 76 and 55. So there you go, Mercedes. You're going to open up the windows at the end of the month. We're supposed to get around 3 inches of rain the whole month. So otherwise, it's quiet. 93 tomorrow, humid. Labor Day itself, 20% chance. Not much, but I just want to keep you aware. I think a better chance with a few storms, 90. We're back into the low to mid 90s, and then it tries to cool down, but nothing too crazy over the next few days with multiple chances for rain over the next few days.